One of my biggest dreams is to become a music producer. And I bet that I'm not the only one out there. So, like many others, I made songs, a lot of songs. It felt like my skills improved every single day, until it didn't. At one point it felt like I was walking up against the wall. Whatever I tried, every new beat I made, it just felt like I didn't improve anymore. And I think I know why. If you want to achieve anything in life, you need to have a plan. And this is a mistake that most people that want to be producers make. They don't have a real plan, they make music when they got the time for it. This is how I approached music for a while. Well, my friends, not anymore, because I got a plan. It's a 1-week schedule with only one goal in mind: finish a song per week. And if you want to follow this plan too, here's how it looks like. It consists of 3 phases. Phase 1, orienting, sound design and demos. In the first 2 days, you should be orienting what type of music you want to make, create sounds for that music, and create at least 5 demos. Sounds like a lot, I know, but you need those demos for phase 2. Because in phase 2 you'll be choosing one of the demos, the best one of course, and start producing. In this phase you'll fix the arrangement, do more sound design, and do everything you can to make this song as unique as possible. After that, 1 day pass. Looks insignificant, but is very important. If you've been making music for 4 days straight, especially working on one particular song, your ears and creativity will get very tired. And we don't want that, of course. So take that day off, touch some grass, and don't listen to the song you made, so that the next day you can start phase 3, and that's mixing the song. If you take a 1 day pass, you come back with fresh ears, what makes your mixing a little bit easier. Do that for 2 days and voila, you got a song. But Lowlander, what about mastering the song? Well, as my mentor once told me, don't trust mastering engineers that don't have grey hair. And since I don't have grey hair yet, I think it's better to, for now, let other people master the songs. And now, my friends, it's time to put my money where my mouth is and start using this plan in action. So for phase 1, I needed to choose what type of music I want to make, of course. Orienting, right? So on the first day I looked at my Spotify, like what type of music did I listen to for the past few weeks, and I noticed that I listened to a lot of garage, speed house artists. So I came to the conclusion, I want to make a speed house / garage song. I guess we now go to the demos and show you what I made in the first 2 days. Let's start with the first demo. Like, this is also the thing with demos, right? It doesn't need to be big, just like a small arrangement with like a drop and a build up or something, and that's enough to like get the idea of the track down. It's very basic, very basic. Anyway, I didn't like this demo at all. Never gonna work on it again. Let's switch to another demo. This demo I liked a little bit more. It sounds like this. Like, I think this one is a little bit better than the last one. A lot better. If you look at the tracks, I also definitely spent more time on this one. With the last one, I thought at an early stage, like, this ain't it. And this one felt a little bit better. It wasn't the one where I went for eventually, though. So these are 2 demos. Let's go to demo 3. This one is more like Marlon Hofstad inspired. Very simple start. Then we have like a small build up over here.
What can I say? That's right, we ignite at the late night.
Again, only 21 lanes. Again, it's an okay song. But yeah, this is also not the one where we went for. This is one I think has potential. But like the sound choice in this one is like really bad. If I change this piano and change this lead, it could become a cool song, but it's not the one where I went for. I went for the last one, and that's this one. It sounds like this. The sounds are very harsh, but that's okay in a demo, you know. I choose this demo, and I guess I'm now gonna show you what we made it in phase 2. Now it's time to move on to phase 2, production. We got a very basic demo, right? So in the production phase, we're gonna fix the arrangement, find and make a lot of cool sounds that go with the demo, so that by the end of this phase, we got a decent song that isn't mixed yet. First I show a small part of what I made, and after that explain how I made it. Okay, here we go. like you hear, it's terribly mixed, but that's okay. We're gonna fix it in the mixing phase. How I try to make the sound very big is with this, like these pads. They are like very filled with in, and with a portal and auto filter on the individual pads, it's being made bigger and bigger and bigger. So I may edit these pads, and then I guess we go lane by lane. The drums are basically the same. There's one fill here. Like you hear, the kick is very distorted. So it's a really bad kick now that I listen to it. But I think it's fixed in the mix. I hope so. Then we go to the bass. I started with just this bass. But what I did is removed the low end from this bass. Like production and mixing is a little bit close to each other, you know, because I wanted to make a bigger bass sound and I couldn't do that without like EQing it a little bit. So I removed the low end from this bass. So we only got the high end, and that's like a pretty wide bass. And then we got the sub from this, only the sub, that you're probably not gonna hear if you're not on your phone, but together I think it's pretty big. And then with an 808 here, that you're probably also not gonna hear it if you're on a phone. Drums, bass, this is the lead. I didn't make it myself, but I did layer it with a sound that I made myself. Again, the same idea. This is like the white version of the sound, and this is like the in-your-face version. Together, it's a little bit bigger. Layering is the key, right? Then for the leads, I also added this layer at the start of each bar. I don't know, it felt good or something. Here's how it sounds like. Vocal chops, of course. Also added this vocal. It consists of the dry vocal with a lot of reverb in the mix. In the mix I will make it a little bit wetter with the reverb and things like that. And this vocal. That's this vocal pitched up by 12 semitones and put like only the reflections from the reverb on it, which make it feels like it's like behind the real vocal. And together it sounds like this. It makes it a little bit more atmospheric or something. I kind of like it. And some effects, textures, a cello. And that's basically the song. So now it's time to go to the last phase, and that's mixing. Okay, for mixing, everybody mixes differently, right? Here's what my mentor taught me and how I mix over this last few years. Step 1 is putting everything to 0. We're gonna mix all the way from scratch again. After that, put all the groups to minus 15 decibel. Not like the groups in the groups, but like the individual groups. So drums, not the snares, but drums. Put the master up by plus 6. And then mix your individual tracks in it. Why is it like this? Well, the idea, if I now mix the kick in it, the kick you put at 0, because it's like the most important thing. If you mix it like this, you're gonna mix it at, looks like 6 decibel, but in the end you put this down. And then you got a mix down with 6 decibel of headroom. So if you send it to a masterer, he has like enough headroom to fix the master in. Also, it's nice to start from scratch again, like putting everything at 0. It's like a whole different thing. And it's important to have like a reference track. And that's the idea how I approach mixing. However, there's one big problem. And that's that I did mix it for 2 days. And in the end, I think like, is it like good? Nah. Yes, my friends, I've been working on this song for a week now, and in the end I'm not fully happy with this song, but that doesn't matter, because in this week I've learned a lot, and that's why I'll continue using this plan every other week. So expect a new video every other week on this channel. And now we get to the point where you can just sit back, relax and listen to the song I made by clicking on the video on the left. Enjoy it, my friends, thank you for watching, and I see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.